Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream. It's been a while since we've had a live stream, but I'm just grateful, man, I'm able to do this live stream tonight. I want to say thank you to you guys for watching the videos, subscribing to the channel, and just showing me overall love, man. I really appreciate it. You guys have really embraced me and embraced my content, and I'm just thankful for that. So we're going to continue growing this channel. We're going to continue, educating those that want to be educated around personal finance, investing, and everything in between. So you guys stay tuned into the channel. Keep watching the videos, keep commenting. Don't forget to pop over to Instagram and give me a follow because I post there quite a bit. So I just want to make sure you guys are dialed in and getting what you need from the channel. So always provide me feedback. I'm certainly open to that because without you guys, this channel's nothing, man. You guys are the channel. I'm just the vessel who puts out these videos and gives you guys my experience based on what I've been through in my 25 years of banking and my 25 years of investing. So thank you guys for all of that. So tonight we're going to stay on the live about 45 minutes. I'm going to answer some questions and make sure, I can try to get to all the questions because there will be quite a few, I'm sure. The channel has grown probably since the last live stream. I'm assuming the last live stream I did was probably 4 or 5 months ago. And the channel has grown tremendously since then. So we'll probably have a lot more people in the chat tonight. But nevertheless, thank you guys again for stopping by. And let's dive into some of these questions. All right, let's see what we got here. Do I see anything? Oh, looking forward to investing my first $1,000. Absolutely, man. That's where it starts. This whole concept of investing really comes down to changing your behavior with money. Even if you only have $100, develop the habit now. Develop that behavior now. So when you do get 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, you already have that really good money behavior in place, and it will serve you well long term. Let's see what we got here. Any memories playing in the Miami Dolphins? Well, I don't have any memories from playing against the Dolphins. I don't believe I played against the Dolphins in my short NFL career. I did play against the Cowboys and the Packers, 49. I played against a lot of teams, but I don't believe the Dolphins was one of them. Let's see what we got here. If you could do it all over again, what, if anything, you do differently? If I could do it all over again, I would start sooner. I started at the age of 26 when I bought my first piece of real estate, but I didn't start investing into the financial market until I was 30. So I wish I would have started right after college, 21 years old, 20 years old, 19 years old. I wish I would have started earlier. That's why I always encourage you guys, get started. Don't wait around for, I got to get $10,000. Oh, I need to get $5,000. No, if you got an extra $50, $100 a month, start investing in your future, right? Because the earlier you start, the more compound interest kicks in the stock market. Now, obviously, with real estate, the earlier you start, the more time you have to develop cash flowing properties, and hopefully your properties will appreciate in value as well. Let's see what we got. These comments are coming in pretty fast, so I'm going to try and catch them, guys. So please bear with me. Do you think 2,500 Okay, let me start over. Do you think $25,000 is enough to invest in real estate for a $70,000 house? Absolutely. That's more than enough, because normally you got to put 20% down if it's going to be a complete investment property. So you got more than enough there to get started. Matter of fact, you may even want to consider taking that 25K and maybe adding an additional 5 to it and splitting it and doing two $70,000 properties. Instead of putting the whole 25 down on one, maybe split it. Like I said, add 5,000 to it, get you $30,000, and then go grab you two $70,000 properties. That's the way I would do it. If you lost it all tomorrow, what would you do to rebuild quickly? You know, guys, if you follow my channel and you know anything about me, I don't necessarily promote quickly, because in the world I live in, you know, if you're going to build wealth, it takes time, right? I'm not saying there aren't people out there that have not done it quickly, but they are an exception to the rule. Most of us, we're going to have to put a plan in place, and we're going to have to, year after year, follow that plan by investing in real estate, investing in the market, and then over a period of time, we're going to build our wealth. So if I had to start from zero, I'll do it exactly the way I did it the first time. I would invest in real estate, single family homes, and build me a portfolio of single family homes where I'm looking for capital appreciation, and I'm also looking for cash flow while I hold the properties. And then I would create side hustles to be able to take money and invest in the stock market in order to speed up the process. Because how do we get to our end result quicker when we're investing? Put more money in, right? If I want to, in 5 years, I want to be a millionaire, I can be a millionaire in 5 years as long as I'm willing to put in the type of money it's going to take in order to grow my net worth to $1 million, right? I can do that. So if you want to go fast, only thing I can tell you is put more money in and you can go fast. But if you want to just take 5 or 10 or 15 years to do it, then that's a longer term process that I'm familiar with. I'm not familiar with doing it overnight. What are your thoughts on refinancing property to purchase additional properties? Well, again, I'm a big believer in, if I'm going to take money from an asset, right, I better be putting that money into more assets. So I'm okay with that. I'm fine with taking money out of one real estate property to buy another real estate property that will, in time, increase my net worth, right? So that's okay. What I'm not comfortable with is taking money out of real estate to buy depreciating assets when I'm not to the place where I want to be. Now, when you get to the place where you want to be and you want to sell a piece of real estate to go buy you a supercar, then do that. But don't do that until you actually reach your financial goals. So if your financial goal is to have a $2 million net worth, then that's what you should be focused on. Get to your $2 million net worth. Monetize that $2 million net worth, and then you're going to create more time, more choices, and more freedom in your life, and then go buy whatever thing you want to buy at that point. But while you're building your wealth, you should not be taking any money and putting it in anything that is not creating more wealth for you. That's just my opinion. Let's see what we got here. What stocks do you have in mind or might recommend looking into purchasing? I'm sorry, man, I missed that one. It went pretty quick. Let me see if I can find another one. In 2013, I had $100K. I was single, no girlfriend, no kids. Never invested, just used it to live. It's all gone now. And now I'm married and have 2-year-old daughter. I need to invest now. Absolutely. Interesting people. It's never too late, man. Look, you guys know I played in the league a few years and made a little bit of money while I was in the league and spent it all. Right? Got home at 26 years old, didn't have any of it left. So it's never too late to start over. The key is you got to start over, right? You can't continue to just worry about what happened in the past. We can't live in the past, guys. We got to live in the present, and we got to live for the future, right? So forget what happened in the past. Just learn from those mistakes. And now in the present and the future, that's where you have to start focusing on. We can't live in the past anymore, all right? So never too late for you, interesting people. Just dive in, put your plan together, right? Now you got a wife and you got a girlfriend or a wife and a child. You should be thinking about everybody's future. And what do you want your life to look like in 10, 15, 20 years? What do you want your lifestyle to look like? Once you determine that, then you need to figure out, okay, in order to get that lifestyle, what type of assets will I need to create, and then monetize those assets to be able to provide enough income that comes in on a monthly basis that can provide us the lifestyle we want to have. Those are the things you got to think about when you're thinking about how you want to invest your money. You should be investing your money based on your future, right? For instance, if I want $10,000 a month coming in cash flow, free cash flow, passive cash flow, then I'm going to use the rule of 200, which basically states, take that $10,000 times it by 200. That's $2 million. Now I know if I want $10,000 a month coming in, I'm going to have to get my assets or my net worth to $2 million. I'm going to take a 6% rate of return on that $2 million. That's going to give me $120,000 a year divided by 12. That's my $10,000 a month for my future lifestyle. Today, what I have to do is figure out how do I get the 2 million. So everything I do from now to when I get to my target date should be aligned with how do I grow my net worth to $2 million. Let's see what we got here. Do you find good real estate deals nowadays? They're everywhere. Man, good real estate deals are everywhere. You guys got to get out of this mindset and stop listening to all this stuff you guys are hearing on the news and on YouTube. Real estate deals are happening everywhere, man. You just got to get out there and find them. Now, if you don't know how to find them, then you need to go find you a professional real estate agent that does know how to find deals, because they're happening, man. While we're talking about real estate deals, people are getting rich. People are making millions in real estate right now. So let's focus on just going finding deals, whether they're good times, bad times. There are always real estate deals out there that you can make money on if you know where to look, or you need to hire a person or a company that knows how to find these deals for you. Normally they're called real estate agents. So let's keep moving on here. In April, I started with 15 and then put $250 a week investment into Apple, Tesla, Workhorse. Okay. Savings account is a waste of time. Thanks for you got it, man. Hey, I want you guys to understand. Yes, you should be putting your emergency fund in the bank, FDIC insured, in a money market or a high yield savings. Absolutely. But that's your emergency fund, 6 to 12 months. Everything else, if you're trying to invest for your future, you should be putting in investments that hopefully in the future will have you a bigger net worth, right? So, 6 to 12 months emergency fund in your high yield savings or money market account at your bank. But everything else, guys, you should be investing. You should be investing in the financial markets, in my opinion. You should be investing in real estate. You should be investing in building a business that solves a problem. These are the things that are going to create wealth for you, right? You putting your money under your mattress at home or putting it in the bank is not going to build wealth for you. It might make you feel good, but it's not going to build wealth. So guess what? You leave that $50,000 in the bank for 5 years. In 5 years, that $50,000 will probably be worth about $45,000 in purchasing power. Why? Because inflation is growing faster than what your interest rate is at the bank. So if you have a future goal in mind, a financial goal, you need to align that money with financial investments that can grow it. And like I said, real estate, financial markets, and a business. Those are the three things I would say to focus on if you want to grow your wealth. Well, what was the first business you started? The first business I started was RF Financial Consulting. That was the first business I started, which is a financial consulting business, right? Built around this YouTube channel and doing one-on-one sessions with folks who have interest in learning more about personal finance, how to develop a real estate, book a business, things of that nature. So it's all about financial. But that was my first business. Now, while I was working my corporate job for 25 years as a banker, I developed side hustles, or I call them additional streams of income. One of those was luxury watch sales, and another was eBay stores. So while I was working my corporate job, I would get home in the afternoons and I would focus 2 to 3 hours a night on my side hustles, developing those side hustles into money makers, right? Because for me, if I'm going to take my free time that I could be spending with my family and devote it to something, it needs to be devoted to something that can create income, right? So that's what I did. I developed luxury watch sales and the eBay stores, and they did extremely well for me and allowed me to have extra cash to be able to dump into real estate and to dump into the financial markets. What is a good percentage of leverage between multiple rental properties? At what point should you go pay down or liquidate to avoid over leverage? Well, that's a good question. Good leverage is different depending on, what your goals are, right? For me, when I was building my real estate book of business, I always maintain about a 20-80 leverage, right? 20% my money, 80% I leveraged the bank's money, right? That's the ratio I kept. I got 20% in, I go get 80% from the bank. Now, if my properties appreciated in value and my equity position went to 10% or 5% because of the appreciation of the property, then I would quickly go back and leverage and take more money out of the property to get myself back at my 20%. And then I would take that money that I've extracted out of the property and I'd go buy more real estate. So I was always comfortable with 20% leverage on 80% leverage, 20% of my money, go borrow 80% from the bank. And I always try to keep that relationship between my money in the deal and the leverage money, right? And it did well for me. Let's see what we got here. Oh, thank you, Legacy Chase. Appreciate you, man. Let's see what if you don't have the capital to invest? We need a way to invest using our ability to participate. We're building it at Share Me. Good job, man. Y'all go check him out. He just got y'all a hashtag there. Go check him out. I appreciate your support, Legacy Chase, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see here what we got. Best way to save money as a man, don't get married. Look, man, I don't believe in that. Guys, you can get married. You can have kids. I did it. For 20 years, I did that. I lived that life. And guess what? I saved a bunch. I invested a bunch of money, right? It ain't got nothing to do with that. What it got to do with is your mindset, right? If you got the right mindset with money and the right behaviors with money, you're going to invest the right way and build wealth, right? If you have a significant other who's not on the same page with you, get them on the same page, right? That's what you got to do. You got to show them the value in investing. You got to be somewhat of a negotiator with your spouse, right? You got to know how to negotiate with people in this life, especially someone that you're living with and you're married to. I would hope you know how to sit down with that person and show them the value of saving and investing for your future. That's not a hard sell, in my opinion, if you do it the right way. So I don't want to discourage people from not having strong, meaningful relationships, because what is it all about anyway? You can have all the money in the world, but by yourself, what good is it? Nothing. It's no good. So it's good to have relationships. You just need to make sure the relationship you get in, they understand what your goals are, and you guys align your goals together and then go chase it, right? That's what you got to do, in my opinion. Would you agree a home is an appreciating liability since its price goes up typically on a monthly basis, but not enough to offset all of the monthly. Look, listen, I don't buy in all of that. You know, I buy into, if I want a home, like I got a home, right? And there's running costs. I get that, but that's okay. You know, that's just a cost of doing business. That's not going to mean because I have a running cost of owning this home, that doesn't mean I'm not going to own one. Now, you certainly don't have to, but far as I'm concerned, I'm okay with that. See, I use my house as a bank. That's how I use my house. So when I buy my house and I live in it, all the equity that I have in it, I put an equity line on that house and I use it as my bank. So if I need 50 grand to put in a piece of real estate or 50 grand to put into the market, guess where I get it from? I go to my equity line, I pull it out for very, very cheap money, and I put it in other investments that are going to make me more money. When I'm done with that other investment, I bring it back home, I pay down the line, and it sits there until I need it again. See, I can't do that with an apartment. I can't do that renting a house. I can't do any of those things. So for me, home ownership is not about, oh, well, it's a depreciate. Forget all of that. What it is, it's a bank. I use it as a bank. And I use a Heloc on my property that I've used over and over and over the last 8 years that has made me a ton of money. So, yeah, maybe it is a liability, but I'm okay with that. I've been making money with my house for 8 years, so I'm good with that. Let's see, how do you feel about using a Heloc to invest in real estate? I'm all for it, Jim Scott. Hey, man, what point is it having all this equity in a house that you can't get at, that you can't make money with, right? Especially when you're in the building phase of wealth. When you're building your wealth, every penny, every resource, every asset you have, you should be leveraging to grow more wealth. That's just my opinion, guys. You don't have to agree with it. But over my 25 years, that's what I've done, and it's worked out fantastically for me. I have no use for owning a house free and clear when I'm in the building stage of my wealth. For what? Now, when I'm 80 years old and I'm kicked back on a beach somewhere and I'm not working anymore and I'm not running hard and hustling and making money, then I may want a house that I own free and clear. But right now, I don't need a house that I own free and clear. What good is it doing me? Nothing. I need assets I can utilize and work with and make more money until I do get to the enjoyment stage of wealth where I'm not going to be earning any more money. And then at that point, I need to reduce all of my expenses and safeguard my nest egg and go conservative so that I don't lose it, because that's what I got to live the rest of my life on, right? That's when we go into preservation mode, when we get to when we get to the enjoyment stage of wealth. We go to preservation mode then. But while you're in the building stage of wealth, you should be super aggressive, in my opinion, with every asset you got. Let's see what we got here. Do you get a variable rate for your HELOCs? Yes, I get a variable rate. Can't talk tonight, guys. I apologize. I get a variable rate for my HELOCs. And typically they're prime minus 51. So prime right now is 3%. I believe it's 3%. Minus 51. So I should have, I think my HELOC on my house right now is 2.49%. Now that's variable, but it's prime minus 51 basis points though. So I believe it's 249, which is, come on, man, where are you gonna borrow money at 2.49%? Yeah, it's variable, but it's variable tied to the prime rate. When do you guys think the prime rate's going up? Probably another 2 years. It ain't going to go anywhere anytime soon. So don't worry about it being variable. You got to understand, as long as it's tied to prime and our Federal Reserve is saying, look, we're going to continue to pump money into the country and we're going to keep interest rates to zero, then you'll be fine. When the Fed starts raising interest rates again is when you want to be concerned about having it tied to prime plus something, because that's when it can start going up on you, right? But for now, you're safe. Let's see here. I make $100K a year income, but spend most of it maintaining my house and taking care of my family. How can I save more? Hey guys, sell it, sell the house, sell it all and start over, right? If you're making $100 grand a year and you don't have money left over at the end of the month to invest aggressively, you need to start over. I would sell the house, sell the cars, and I would go rent me an apartment. I would go buy me a buy here, pay here car, and then take my $100 grand, pay myself 20% first, and then what's left over, I would structure my lifestyle around that. But right now, if you guys are living a lifestyle where at the end of the month, you don't have any money to invest for your future, you're living the wrong lifestyle. You need to get out of that lifestyle. Sell it all, sell the house, the cars, everything. Go get you an apartment, go get you a buy here, pay here car that's reliable and start saving for your, investing for your future, right? You cannot be living these lifestyle, guys, where you're making $100 grand a year and you got zero left. You got to stop that, please. Sell it all. Start over. Let's see what we got. He won't give it. Let's see here. The market is okay. The market is that and this. One thing about me, guys, on this channel, if you haven't noticed it, I'm not going to buy into the negativity, right? So if you're here to just solely throw negative comments, I'm going to block you from the channel and you're not going to be able to come to any more live streams, right? So please, if you have something positive or constructive to say, then say it. But don't start typing these negative comments on the chat, or I'm gonna excommunicate you. If you know what that means, that's a Roman or Catholic terminology from the Catholic Church. Excommunication. That's what I'm gonna do to you if you start hurling these negative comments on the chat. So please. Keep it positive here, guys. Did the rent? Okay, let's see here. Did the rent get rid of the house and the car? The COVID? Okay, let's see. What is your financial consulting website? I don't have a website, guys. What do I need a website for? I know exactly who I am and what I'm about. If you want to know anything about me, watch my new YouTube channel, right? If you want to know more about me, Google me, right? Or you can send me a DM on Instagram and we can talk about what I can offer as a financial consulting, mentor / coach, right? What I do in my company, guys, is I help people get their mind right when it comes to their money, right? I help them get their mind right and put pathways in place. You know, I'm not some miracle worker where I can tell you exactly where to go to make money. No, that's not what I do. What I do is I help people understand this is where you are today. Based on what you're doing today, will it get you to where you want to be tomorrow? And if the answer is no, then we talk about what they need to change. They need to change some things so that they can get where they want to be tomorrow. That's what I help people do. I don't help people. I don't invest money for people. I don't try to sell people get rich quick ideas. That's not what I'm all about. I'm all about putting a system in place, you developing some discipline and some consistency, and then putting money into that, into investments to build your wealth. Alan M., thank you, man. I appreciate you. Do you get property loans under your name, or do you have them in a business, real estate, to make money in 1 to 2 years? When I was building my real estate book, believe it or not, guys, I put my properties in my own name. I didn't create LLCs because for me, it complicated things for my lenders, right? For my lenders, when I was borrowing money for my real estate, I wanted them to be able to simply look at me as one. I didn't want to have to go pull out 15 tax returns for 15 different LLCs for 15 different properties, and it's all convoluted. The lender can't understand where the money's coming from, where it's going. That's not my deal. I wanted it really simple and clean and crystal clear for my lender. So what I did was I kept all the properties in my name. And when my 1040 tax return was filed each year, my CPA created a Schedule E for real estate, which listed all of my properties on that Schedule E. So when my lender asked for 2 years worth of tax returns to approve me for a new loan, all I had to do was get my 2 years of personal tax returns, give them to my lender. And if my lender wanted to see how my properties were doing, they would simply flip through my 1040 tax return, come to my Schedule E, and there they go. That's all I did. And I know a lot of people have problems with liability. Well, what about liability? What about it? I would get property insurance on all of my properties. And inside that property insurance policy, I had a liability policy included in there. So if someone slipped and fall on my property, I already had liability coverage in my insurance policy. So I didn't need to create a company to protect myself. I was already protected through my property insurance, where I added liability protection inside of that policy. So I didn't have to create an LLC to get protection. I already had protection on each property. Plus, I wanted simple for my lender to be able to approve me for loans. I didn't want to go through the hassle of registering 10 different LLCs and all that stuff, so I didn't do it that way. That doesn't mean that's right for you. You can do it the best way for you. Talk with your CPA, figure out a game plan for yourself, and then move accordingly. But if you're asking me, that's the way I did mine, and it worked fine. So what we got here, guys, we have about 15 minutes left, and then I'm going to shut down the chat. So I'm going to try to get to some more of these questions here. Hey, buddy, just wanted to say thanks for the videos and positive messages. Going to get there myself. Absolutely, Justin Fox, man, you're going to get there. Just keep grinding, working smart, leveraging when you need to leverage, smart leverage. And, drop me a DM, man, on Instagram if you need any help, man. I'll be more than happy to do what I can for you, all right? Appreciate the comment. What we got here? My business is based on good debt. Absolutely. It done right, it can make you financially free. I agree, Clive Allen. Absolutely, man. You leverage right. And what's good debt? Good debt is that puts money in your pocket, right? If I got debt out there, it should be putting money in my pocket. That's good debt. If I got debt out there and it's taking money out of my pocket, that's bad debt, right? Good debt, put money in my pocket. Bad debt, take money out of my pocket. Get rid of the bad debt. Get you some good debt and put some money in your pocket. What types of properties do you focus on first? I focus on single family homes, Jim Scott. Single family homes were my real estate choice. And the reason I did that was because I feel like residential single family homes give you the biggest upside potential for capital appreciation, at least in the market where I live here in the United States in Southwest Florida. It gives you the best opportunity for capital appreciation and really strong rental income relative to the price of the house. Here where I live, you can buy a $350,000 single family home and get $2,500 a month in rental income. That's crazy, man. That's crazy numbers, right? So that's why I like single family homes, and it has done well for me. But don't get me wrong. Duplexes, triplexes, quads, multifamily, commercial, all of them are good as long as you know exactly what your cash on cash return needs to be. And as long as you know that and you're comfortable with the investment, go get it. Let's see what we got here. Where is a good place to invest my money in for my long-term future? Well, guys, hey, I can't tell you where to invest your money, but if you ask me where I would invest mine, it would be in the financial markets and index funds that track the S&P 500. That's where I would put my money for long-term growth. You have to do your own research and figure that out, but I would say do some research on index funds that track the S&P 500. Let's see, what type of properties you would recommend to invest. Oh, that one went quick. Sorry about that. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the words, man. I appreciate it. What stock we focus on right now? Well, personally, me, I still like financial stocks like banks. So I focus a lot. If I'm buying individual stocks, that's what I buy, just because I feel like that's where I have my expertise in, and that's what I know. But obviously, tech is a good one. You can go Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is Google. Any of those tech guys, they're huge, man. Amazon, like I said, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet. I like Netflix. I still like Tesla, even though I know they've slid over the last few days. I still like Tesla. I think they're the leader in electric cars. I think they'll continue to be the leader. But yeah, it's wide open, man. You got to get out there and do you some research and figure out what's right for you. But I would say don't invest in anything that you don't know anything about. What we got here? Where do you invest $1,000? Where do I invest $1,000 right now? Caesar, that depends on what your long-term investment objectives are. What are your financial goals? That will tell you where you should be investing the $1,000. If your financial goal is to build and grow wealth long-term, then I would say obviously any type of growth investment in the stock market or put it in real estate. Obviously, $1,000 is not a lot to put in real estate, but $1,000 could be some seed money that you can start saving up to invest in a piece of real estate. But for me, I would be looking at the financial markets, specifically growth stocks and or index funds that track the S&P 500. That's what I would do. Emmanuel, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Emmanuel, let me see. Well, we're coming to you, property management company. Sorry, Emmanuel, I missed it, but I know you asked about property management companies. I do not use property management companies because I have a 30-minute rule when I'm buying real estate. 30-minute rule is basically I don't buy real estate that's more than 30 minutes from where I live. That way I can self-manage myself and I don't have to hire somebody to do it. But if you don't have the ability to be able to buy real estate in your backyard and you got to buy real estate out of state or, 5 or 6 hours outside of where you live, then yes, a property manager wouldn't be a bad idea to help you kind of manage the property and manage the tenants and things like that. But if you can buy the property in the vicinity where you live, try to manage it yourself first so you can save that 8 to 10% that you're going to pay the property management company if you can. All right, what do we got here? We got about 7 minutes left, guys. So let me see if I can get a few more questions in here. Okay, how long after purchasing your home can I get a Heloc? Well, normally, at least in my experience, your mortgage lender will probably want you to wait at least 12 months to let the property season. So I would say, and I'm not saying that's etched in stone, I'm just saying from my history and my experience, they normally like to wait around 12 months for you to have ownership for at least 12 months. And then I think you'll be okay to go ahead and get a Heloc. Now, I could be in left field on that one, so check in your local area. But in my experience, that's the 12-month wait time is about correct. Let's see what we got here. What tools do you use to find tenants not using a property manager? Believe it or not, guys, I use my real estate agent for tenants. See, I use my real estate agent in their company, right? So if they sell me a rental property, I'll always tell my real estate agent, hey, I'm going to need a tenant. And normally with most real estate agencies, they will have a division of their agency that does rentals. So what I would do is I tell my real estate agent, hey, I need you to help me find a tenant. They'll say, okay, we'll kick it over to our rental area. They'll charge you $150. They'll get you a tenant and then you're on your way. And I pay them their $150. They find me a tenant. I'm on my way. Now, a couple of things you want to do, and they do this for me, is they screen the tenants. So they do background check, they do employment check, and they do credit check. The tenant pays $50, $75 up front to have all of that done. And if they're approved, then they sign the lease, they pay their first, last security deposit, and they move into the property. That's typically what I do, but I use my real estate agent's company to find my tenants for me. It makes it super easy for me. Could you please suggest a side hustle that I can do online that I can make good money? lost my job, no income, any ideas? The best thing I can tell you, man, with side hustles is go out on Google, man, and do a Google search for your area, top 10 side hustles. It's a million of them, man. I can't think of any off the top of my head. What I can tell you is if there's something that you currently have a skill set in that you know how to do, figure out a way to turn that into a stream of income. Or if you have a hobby or something that you enjoy doing in your free time, think about turning that into an income stream. Outside of that, just jump online, man, and do a quick Google search of top 10 side hustles in your area. They'll come up with a list of things, and then you can sort of go through that list and see what kind of appeals to you, and then you can certainly jump all over it. But I'm an old school guy. I would say go buy you a lawnmower and start cutting some yards, man, and start building you a lawn care service business. But that's me. And I live in South Florida where it's tropical. It's always nice and green. And these guys who own these landscaping companies, man, they make a killing. These guys are millionaires down here where I live. So I know it's a lot of work, but man, if you can do something like that and scale it and start doing these big communities like these guys do in the community I live in, I'm sure, man, these guys are making $1 million a year just in my community probably. So all I'm saying is you got to get creative and you can't be afraid of some hard work, right? Everything is not online, guys. You can start finding some stuff that you can do. Think about this. Another one. Go get you a box truck or either get you a nice little used pickup and start advertising that you haul away stuff from people's house. Dude, that's a huge business. All you got to do is put an ad in Craigslist, Facebook, places like that you come to people's home and you will pick up their trash. And you can charge for that. That's a gold mine. So it doesn't always have to be online. You got to just think about some things you can do that solves a problem for people. I know right now I got a garage full of crap and I need to call somebody to come haul this stuff away. See? So if you can create a solution that solves a problem for people, you can turn it into a business, man, and make your own way and create your own, your own schedule. And you don't have to work for someone else if you can do things like that, right? Well, we got 2 minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna wind up the live stream. Let's see here. Hey, what's up? Facts, you live down here in South Florida. Yeah, man, it's beautiful down here. Other than the hurricanes, we're in hurricane season right now, so that's a little difficult for us. But outside of hurricane season, it's a beautiful place to live. Let's see. What about candle businesses to make passive income? I don't know any Kay Thompson. I don't know anything about candle businesses, but I can tell you it's a big business. So if you can figure out a way to carve out a niche and make you a nice, comfortable living doing that, knock it out the park. That's what I say. I know it's a great, large industry. You just got to find you a little niche to settle in. Let's see what we got here. Do you think I should double degree in computer science engineering versus market my current agency's degree and become an MD for generating income? That's up to you, man. You got to figure out, whatever your highest skill set is, I would start turning it into income. Now, I don't know if having a lot of degrees in computer science means something. I don't know. All I know is you got 18, 19-year-olds who barely finished high school making $1 million a year coding for companies. I don't know. So these guys barely finished high school and they are building stuff via coding for these companies and they're making $1 million a year doing this at 18, 19, 20 years old with no formal education. I don't know. You got to ask yourself, do I need to go get all this education or do I just get out there and find my niche and start hustling and making money? You have to answer that question though. Thanks for your advice and dedication. I appreciate that, Marcus. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. What else we got? What we got here? All right, guys, I'm getting ready to sign off. That's 45 minutes. I got to shut this thing down. But before I do, I want to again say thank you. I'm hoping to do these once a month. But as the channel continues to grow, it is what it is. But I'm going to continue to try and do these live streams once a month. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys warning on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go check me out at Richard Fain 28. That's where I'll be announcing live stream. So please follow me on Instagram if you want to know when these things will be happening on a monthly basis, right? Also, the company RF Financial Consulting, go check out any of my videos and you'll see an email address in there for RF Financial Consulting. Shoot me an email, man. Let's chop it up, see if what I offer is right for you. And maybe I can, we can set up a session where we can talk about your financial situation one-on-one. Other than that, guys, thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'll catch you guys on the next live stream. Peace.